All right, well, a lack of support for victims from law enforcement agencies and the unavailability of functional victim support centers in police stations across the country are topping the agenda at the inaugural Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Indaba in Sandton, Johannesburg. The aim of the Indaba is to lay a foundation for collaborations among GBV activists, communities and police. For more on this, we now cross to our reporter, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who's attending this for us. A very good afternoon to you, Mbalenhle Mthethwa. Let's talk about what is being discussed today as way forward.
Good afternoon, Flo. Yes, indeed. We are here at the GBVF Indaba in Sandton. Now, we've heard a number of conversations from people who say that gender-based violence might be deeply entrenched within our societies, and they are calling for a change in terms of mindsets and also calling on law enforcement to respond a lot quicker or a lot faster to cases of gender-based violence. I'm joined by one of the organizers who's going to give us a sense of why they have decided to undertake or organize an event such as this one. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Why is it important for various civic organizations to come together and discuss in the manner that we've seen them do today?
Well, the truth is we are trying not to work in silos, bring all the organizations to come together in order for us to find easier solutions and quicker solutions in tackling the scourge of gender-based violence and femicide. And again, it was important for us to also include corporate South African government and, reach out to them with our challenges and issues that we need to align in terms of fighting the scourge. It was very important for us to have this program, and hence why we are here today.
Now, what do you hope will come out of this? I mean, what is the end game and what is the end goal?
The Indaba is going to be an annual program that's going to happen every year, and it's going to grow bigger than what it is today. We're going to have it for 3 days, and it's about capacitating organizations or civil society organizations that are in the forefront of fighting the scourge of gender-based violence, as well as societal ills that are affecting our communities. We want them empowered, we want them knowledgeable, we want them to be equipped with tools, and without the resources, we want government and corporate South Africa to understand that we cannot do the task, we cannot do the job. We need to go out there on the ground, and we need the resources in order for us to fulfill our duties.
That was Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who is the chairperson of Mzansi Act Now and one of the conveners of the conference and Indaba that you see underway behind us. Now, he's touched on a number of issues such as capacitating some civil society organizations in order to continue in the work and in the fight against gender-based violence. I'm joined by someone from the Office of the MEC for Community Safety, who's going to speak to us about, the response time. One of the issues that has come up over and over again is the issue of response time, police, how they're treated in police stations and so on. How do you as community safety then assist and come in to assist in all these initiatives that have been shared here?
Yeah, thanks. But we've got several initiatives just to improve the working relationship between the communities and the police. One of it is that we have made available what we called frontline managers, who are volunteers that they're working at each and every police station in Gauteng. And when a victim comes, they're able to channel the victim to the victim empowerment friendly rooms, where they will get assistance from psychosocial support, even statement taking by someone who's been trained and understand how to work with victims, away from people in the state of privacy, so that they can be accorded the respect. And that's it's an end to secondary victimization. We've also assisted them with vehicles so that they can go, if they need to transport the victims and so on to their places. We do have that. We do have shelters in the Department of Community Safety. We've got what is called that Ikayele Temba, where we're able to house some of these victims together with their children. We do have the work that we're working. We are on path. That's why we're here, to make sure that we implement indeed what government has documented this as called the National Strategic Plan towards the elimination of GBVF. Collaboration of multi-sectoral stakeholders working together in partnership with the police, with the community, with the NGOs and civil society, making sure we can pull our resources together and be able to make sure that we can confront this pandemic, and surely working together we can be able to eliminate it.
And what would you say is the success rate at this stage of the initiatives that your office has managed to put in place? I mean, particularly when it comes to ensuring that there's no secondary victimization, which is a thorny issue among many victims.
Yeah, we have seen by having more trainings with the police, they are responding very well, and we have seen that collaboration improving. We are seeing more and more cases. We measure in terms of convictions. We are seeing week in and week out, we are starting to get those convictions, but we want the private sector to join in so that we can, what we do when someone is being convicted, those person, we want it to be mandatory that they must be put or placed on a register, what is called a National Register for Sexual Offenders. In that register, anyone who's in there maybe find it difficult to work in the private sector, to work in government, so that people, before they do something, they must know the impact to say, I might ruin my future by being there. So we are working in collaboration, and we can see there's progress on it.
Thank you so much. I'm told that we've run out of time, but I hear you, some of your initiatives are intent to deter perpetrators from gender-based violence, or being perpetrators of gender-based violence. For now, it's back to you in studio.
For us there, of course, as the issue of GBV is on the spotlight as we continue to see these cases of gender-based violence. So the inaugural gender-based violence and Femicide Indaba, which is taking place there in Sandton in Johannesburg.